since I got cut off there, I still had a couple people I really wanted to thank there. There's a guy by the name of Dr. Jim Gary. He's a sports mental coach, I guess they call him now. But he's, when I turned pro back in Norfolk, I started working with him, and he's a guy who really has been huge for my career in developing the mental side of my game. And I think he's a really big reason. Maybe I should have thrown him in there earlier in my acceptance speech, because I wasn't playing good for a while. I felt towards the end of the year and maybe the first round of playoffs, and I started talking to him a little bit more in depth again, and really just one talk, and I felt like I turned my game around. And he's like I said, I've used him ever since I came in the Blackhawk organization, and as far as I'm concerned, he's the best thing we got in that organization. Also, one more thing. Brent Seabrook, I was going to throw him in there too. He's my good old D partner. I've been with him for a while, and he's my good buddy. So, I hope he can be up here one day too. We can get him up there.
I got a lot to say about your teeth, and you really had some fun with it too, didn't you?
Well, I did. I think just come from a small town, in Fort Francis in Penticton, British Columbia. People kind of looked at me. I had long hair and the beard and no teeth. So I heard a lot of the jokes that I look like I'm from the woods and the bush, and I am. That's the way I am, but where I am from, and I'm proud of that. But to lose my teeth was tough, and nobody wants to go through that. But the dentist did a good job, and I got some teeth in now. They're just temporary ones. It was pretty painful when I did it after a year. I was in there for literally 7 hours after being in there for 2 hours after the game when it happened. So, 7 hours in the dentist chair, and still lots of work to do. And, but like I said earlier, when it happened, there's lots of guys that happens to it. I read an article on Keith Kachuk, and he got a slap shot right in the face. Right in front of the net, and it was at our game when we were playing him, and that sort of thing happened.
To win a trophy like that, what does it mean to win a trophy like that? It's a league where offense it's not a league.
It is, I can't say enough about Mike Green and Drew Dowdy. I trained with Greener in the summer in Calgary, and I'm there back and forth in Penticton. He's always there, and they had great years, and to come out and be the guy who gets the award is kind of surreal a little bit, to think of the other defensemen who have won it and nominated, and the other Blackhawk players who have won it, Chris Chelios, Joe Plot, and a couple of, and to be in that group is kind of unbelievable.
What's the one thing you remember about the Stanley Cup? Who's going to touch it, carrying it, whatever? So like what's special? There's one thing that kind of sticks out is Taser was looking for Hossa, and he was right in front of his face, and for some reason, I don't know, everything, little things stick out in your head, but he was right in front of him, and he kept calling, Hossa, where's Hossa, where's Hossa? And he was right there, and it was nice to see Hossa get it, and you go to the finals 2 years in a row and lose. I can't imagine that feeling. You go there once and lose, and I can't imagine that either. So you feel for the Flyers and their players and how hard they battled, and I'm kind of friends with Richards, and met some of them last night, and they're a great group of guys, and I'm sure they're going to end up hoisting it one day too. It's amazing you were around the last time they won that thing.
Exactly. It's nice to share it. It was nice to get back to Chicago and share it with all the people and all the fans of Chicago, and and see the look on everyone's face. And it was so long ago that really bringing the Stanley Cup back to Chicago was pretty special.
You signed a very long-term deal, Duncan. Does this offer a measure of relief? This amazing season you've had. I mean, you've got a big deal on your hands, and you got a show, and you certainly did.
I think it's nice, but at the same time, it's nice to have a contract, and it's nice to win this award and win championships. But I think
as soon as the summer goes by and training camp starts going again, all the hunger to come back and win again is right there, and it's nice to enjoy it now. But once you strap on the skates again, and everything's it's all about winning, and one good year is not going to be. He's not going to make me satisfied.
This league still has a Pronger and a Lidstrom and some notable veterans, and now there's a bit of a changing of the guard. Does the presence of those veterans add a little bit of gravity to this for you? I mean, to think that there's still some great vets out there, and now they're recognizing some new.
To me, I grew up watching some of these guys. I know they're not that older than me, but when you're a 12-year-old and there's guys that are in the league when they're 20. It's a big difference, and Lidstrom and Pronger and Niedermeyer retiring and Rob Blake, those guys, we all looked up to as players and try to emulate. And to me, Lidstrom, he's everything. To me, he's still the best. You watch him play, and I've learned so much from him, I can't say enough. It's kind of funny, but those guys to me are still the best, and you still look up to those guys in a lot of ways.
On the flip side, can you talk about trying to defend this trophy moving forward against Stouty, Weber, Tyler Myers, who won the Calder tonight?
Yeah.
The new era of top team.
I think when you win this award, I thank my teammates, and a lot has to go right, and it's really. A lot of times you're on a good team, and I was fortunate to be on a good team this year, and sometimes you move the puck up to the forwards, and we got so many skilled forwards, they make nice plays, you get an assist and you get another point, but I'm not trying to take away anything, but like you said, there's so many great players, and I think Weber's a great player too, and their team wasn't as high scoring, and his points were down, and things like that kind of factor into it. But definitely we got it's a great group of young players, young defensemen coming up that makes it a challenge every year to win this award, and that's what makes this winning this award this year that much so much special.
You felt on the trade.
I've kind of heard about it. To be honest with you, it kind of saddens me, but it really does sadden me. Those are my good buddies leaving our team, and Benny and Buff. I was with Buff since he was drafted. I remember our first prospect camp. When he was 17, I was 19, and. In Soaps, I grew up watching him in BC. He played for the Canucks, and then he was my teammate. And things are going to change when you win the Cup, and the way our cap situation was. But things have to be made, and it's too bad that it had to be like this. But at the same time, we've got to start looking forward, and when these things do happen, I'm sure there might be some more, and it's not going to be fun. But like I said, we're just going to have to keep moving forward, and a lot of times it's part of the business. It's hockey. Teams change every year, and you lose friends, you lose teammates, and you stay in touch. But it's not really the same as playing with them.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You got to do it to you sometime.
I got a good phone.
Where were you? How'd you find out?